I want my life to be adventurous, okay?
I want to go places, I want to visit places, because I feel like being in your early 20s is literally the perfect time to do this. Especially when I look back in history, all that women did was to take care of other people. Like, women barely took care of themselves, and if you take care of yourself, it means that you're selfish. No, self-love is not selfish. Like, growing up, you are groomed for abuse, you are groomed for marriage. Growing up, like, the people around you, yeah, they make you think that your purpose as a woman is to take care of other people and to take care of other people's grown 40-year-old male children. No. Yeah, like, some of them want you to think that your purpose on this earth is to take care of men. No, because we are all brought on this earth to make something for ourselves. We are all brought on this earth to live a life. And if I leave mine to go take care of someone else's who is taking care of mine, it just never made sense to me. Your entire life, you are literally taught how to sweep at the age of 2 because you need to learn how to clean your husband's house, and you literally start cutting onions at the age of 5. Yeah, you start cutting onions at the age of 5 because you need to learn how to cook for your husband. How about I learn how to cook for myself? Yeah, your entire life you are groomed to make men's life better. You are groomed to cater to other people and never to yourself. And for me, yeah, I'm very, very grateful that I've realized this thing at such an early age, because not everyone realized this in their early 20s. And some people get into their 30s, their late 40s, their late 50s before they realize this. Because it doesn't make sense to me. When you're a child, you are living with your family. You live with your family your whole life. And if you're a daughter in an African household, you're basically a maid or the second mom, which is really, really bad because you're not allowed to be a child. And then you go to school, you go to uni, you are still connected to home, and then as soon as I come out of uni, I'll go and get married. No, I'm moving from one house to another. When do I have time for myself? Like, do you guys get me? When do I have time for myself? And like, I don't understand why they also pressure young girls to get married at such a young age. Because for me, yeah, if a woman isn't at least 26, 27, I don't think they should even be thinking about marriage. Yeah, growing up, they just shove marriage down your throat 24/7. How about we discuss a career? How about I graduate first? How about we discuss what I want and what I want to do with my life? But I knew there was more to life than getting married and getting cheated on and played. Like, it got to a point I'm starting to think that these people want us to be as miserable as them. Because why are you shoving it down my throat so bad? Yeah, like, you are never taught how to make time for yourself, how to love yourself, how to steady yourself. That's actually how you boost your self-confidence. You steady yourself, you spend time with yourself, you do things alone, whilst being careful and with proper research done, of course. But you do things on your own, you visit places, you discover yourself, you spend quality time with yourself and get to know who you are, get to know what to entertain before you start allowing other people in your life. Yeah? Before you start allowing other people in your life, you have to know who you are first. Because for me, I feel like when you don't know who you are, when you haven't gained that self-esteem, that self-confidence, that is literally when you will entertain anything. Like, that's when you think that if you have something, then it's good. Yeah, you know how women are so desperate to get married just for the status. Like, some of them don't even want the marriage, they just want the wedding. I feel like when you are so desperate and you don't know your self-esteem, you don't know what your standards are, you don't know your worth, that's when you literally accept anything. That's also why you see so many pretty girls with men that looks like the main character in Flushed Away. Yeah, and also because pressure from home. I also think the pressure from home is also what makes young women end up in abusive, toxic relationship that, they, they, that they end up living before they're 30 years old, and then they become a single mother. And one thing that I've realized is that those people that literally talks you into having a baby, into getting married, when you're in trouble, you don't see them. They literally disappear. It's like the minute they lead you to become as miserable as them, they leave you alone. Yeah? And most people in marriages, in relationships, most people with kids, they are not that happy. Most mothers don't even like their kids, and it shows. Yeah? So I'm not about to spend my 20s chasing a man who is gonna marry me. Like, marriage is literally the last thing on my mind right now. Like, I don't even care, bro. And then they also try to make you believe that, oh, your time is running out. No, I'm a woman. I have value forever. My value is eternal, even if I'm dead. Because you hear these bastard males ripping dead women. Even if I'm dead, I'm still valuable. I still have my value. Yeah? But I'm only 22 years old. Like, I shouldn't even be desperate for marriage at 22. I'm basically an adult 2-year-old. I'm a baby in adult years. There's no need for me to be desperate for marriage, to be desperate to find the one whatsoever. And like, I don't even believe in finding the one. For me, finding the one just means finding someone that you will tolerate. And me, I don't want something that I have to tolerate. I rather just be by myself. Literally, like, 22 is too young to be desperate. Like, you're too young to be desperate. You're too young to be looking for the one. Spend time with yourself. Yes, spend time with yourself. Go to places with yourself. Discover your interests. Like, discover what you are drawn to. If you feel drawn to something, there's a reason why. For me, I feel drawn to aesthetics like this. I feel drawn to nature, water, air, greens. Like, I feel drawn to the ocean as well, so I do activities that surrounds the ocean, that surrounds the forest, like going for a walk, breathing. Like, literally, this is my aesthetic. This place is what I like the most, and being here, yeah, I feel at peace. I feel like I'm pleasing myself, and that should be your priority in life. You should be living to please yourself and prioritize yourself. Prioritizing yourself and loving yourself is not selfish. Okay? It is not selfish. But then, growing up in an African household, if you prioritize yourself, you are selfish, because apparently as a woman you're supposed to neglect yourself and take care of everyone else around you. No, yeah, that is not my purpose as a woman, or my purpose on this earth. No. Okay, so I'll visit the world. I'll do things that I'm interested in. I would do things to please myself. Like, I could care less. I could care. Yo, this makeup is 18 and I look so beautiful. I could care less about what other people think, yeah? I could care less. So ladies, know your worth. Okay, do not allow people to walk all over you. No, you're too valuable for that. And like, the minute you graduate, or the minute you're about to graduate, they start shoving the concept of marriage down your throat. At 22 years old, what do I know about marriage? What do I know about people? Like, even at, like, in your early 20s, sometimes you don't really know what you want. So if you don't really know what you want, how is it that you're getting married? If you don't know yourself, how are you gonna know other people? How are you gonna know what you want? How are you gonna know what to entertain? Yeah, they start shoving the concept of marriage down your throat. And for me, yeah, like, what's the purpose of marriage? I do not understand the purpose of marriage. And when I look around me, marriage only benefits men. For me, getting married is basically signing yourself up to be a slave for free. And like they also make you think that it's something, it's an achievement. No, marriage is not an achievement. Yeah? If it's an achievement to you, it is not an achievement to me. It's not an achievement at all. Like, I don't even understand why marriage is more discussed than career. Marriage is more discussed than interest. Marriage is more discussed than self-development. On this earth, we are here to develop ourselves. Yeah, and I'm not about to spend my entire life catering for someone's 40, 30-year-old grown adult male. No. They also try to make you think that, oh, you are on this earth because of men and to be a baby making machine. It's my choice if I want to have a baby or not. In fact, it's my choice if I want to get married. And marriage does not entice me. It has never enticed me. Yeah, I don't even think men and women are compatible. Like, just look around you. I don't even think we are compatible. Yeah, I don't think we are compatible, yo. Like, it has never worked, and I don't think it will ever work. I don't even think it's natural. Yo, I am loving this makeup look. If you're trying to sleep, oh, so you're going to sleep in your husband's house. If you're cooking and you're making mistakes and you're 8 years old, so when you go to your husband's house, this is what you're going to. How about you just shut up? Like, growing up, I hated hearing those. Like, I hated it. Yeah, I hated hearing those nonsense every day. Your husband, like, do things on your own. Yeah, like, people always ask me how I'm able to do things on my own and not feel lonely, and then I tell people, you will only feel lonely if you feel lonely. Like, you will only be lonely if you feel lonely. For me, I do not feel like I'm alone. Yeah, and sometimes that feeling of loneliness it's just a feeling. Just don't feel it. Like, it sounds that simple, but you only feel lonely if you feel lonely. Like, for me, I'm okay with my own company. Yeah, and spend time with yourself to be okay with your own company. Yourself to the point that you don't need other people to be in your space to feel okay or to be alive. Okay, it's very, very important to spend time with yourself to discover who you are before you start inviting other people in. Okay, my loves, it's time for the lip combo, and I'll be using these 3 products. So I always start off with like the base, where I go in with a solid deep color. Baby girl, say you fine. This looks so good already, and now to like create an ombre or like a light shade of lipstick in the middle, I'll be using this Doll Beauty lipstick. And now to top it up, the NYX lip gloss. Yeah. And then guess what? We end up with these gorgeous, juicy lips.